Welcome to Pop Up Jobs Podcast. This platform is aimed at boosting job seekers' profiles and increasing their chances of finding the right job. We are also an effective way for employers to pre screen candidates for recruitment. Thank you for tuning into our podcast.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Pop Up Job Podcast. I'm your host, Patrick Okelue, broadcasting from Lagos, Nigeria. Now, if this is your first time of tuning in to the podcast, and you're wondering what the podcast is all about, we are a platform that produces promotional videos of job seekers. We then promote these video profiles to recruiters locally, regionally, and internationally to help boost the chances of job seekers finding the right jobs. I also like to add that this service it's entirely free and it's free to participate in our job seeker interviews. Today I'm very delighted to have as my guest Yomi Michael from Nigeria. Yomi, how are you doing today?
I'm very fine, Mr. Patrick. Thank you so much for having me.
Great to have you on the podcast. So this will be a great place to start. Let me just ask you, um, who is Yomi Michael? Can you tell the viewers across the world who Yomi Michael is?
Okay. If I will start, it will mean like I need
Yeah.
to read the whole list of books. But but I will just drop a little that I can drop
Just
because
tell us a
of.
bit about yourself.
Okay. So my name is Yomi Michael, and I'm a full stack developer. You know,
Fantastic.
in the aspect of software development, I work both on the front end and on the back end. But if you ask me now, I'll tell you that I will prefer to stay on the front end. Yeah.
Do you have a reason for this? Do you have a reason, for wanting to stay at the front end? Is this
Yeah.
more like a strategic move on your part?
Yeah. It's the reason it being the fact that it will help me to specialize on my skills.
Okay,
It's help me
okay.
to specialize on my skills at the same time to make to be more productive with my skills because I can't be everywhere. Although in the field where I am is a very wide field whereby you need to know
Yeah.
so many things. You need to understand the process both from the top to the bottom. So I can tell you that I understand it very well from the top to the bottom. But if if I'm working with a team, I will prefer to be on the front end. Yeah.
Okay.
But that doesn't stop me from working as a back end developer. You know. Yeah.
Yomi, I'd like to ask you a question. What trainings and qualifications do you have, in line with, you being a front end developer?
Okay, I've attended a couple of seminars. I've done a lot of training offline and online. You know, even currently where I work, I started as a trainer before I was, retained, although it's part time and all that. So, I've also done some short courses. I've done some short courses because before you get into this field, you have a lot to learn. So I did some short courses. I did some short courses in Bincom. That one is somewhere here in Lagos. I did a short course there. Then I did some short courses in online too. You know. Yeah.
Um, well, fantastic, Yomi Michael. Can you just talk a bit about your work experience? I hear you, say you are working part time as an intern somewhere or something like that. Correct me if I'm wrong. Just tell us a
Yes.
bit about your work experience.
Okay. Currently, at the moment, I work in Codebase. Codebase Technology is a full stack environment. It's a full stack company where we build
Okay.
software. We build enterprise application. We build applications that cover both the front end and the back end. That was where I had the platform to develop myself as a full stack engineer. You know.
Just to divert a bit, I noticed something, quite interesting of late in Nigeria. There seems to be a brain drain. A lot of tech, guys like yourselves are, leaving the country, um, seeking greener pastures. What
Yeah.
seems to be the attracting point for guys like you know, seeking, more like greener pastures elsewhere? What's the drive? Do you have such
The
clients?
drive, The drive is actually uh, the welfare of developers and the
Mm.
appreciation that developers, because this field is not a field where um, things are really that easy. You have to do a lot of self development, and there are some places that it is more appreciated than other places. So you see a lot of IT guys who are going out abroad. It is because they are more appreciated over there than here. Although we still have a few companies who pay very well, but then the welfare and everything you know, that involves a developer, or everything that concerns a developer or an IT personnel, the drive is out there, or that those incentives that comes with the job. We
Hmm.
feel like they are out there. That is why, I guess, that is why I'm here on pop-up jobs. Because I feel pop-up jobs can do this for me. They can link me
Yes,
up to
yes,
big
yes. We sure can.
clients,
We
to
sure. I
to
assure you,
to
Yomi Michael, this is what pop-up jobs is about for for people like you, promoting
thank
your
you.
skill set, to employers, to recruiters across the world. So
Thank
let me
you.
just ask you this: what are your professional ambitions? Where would you like to be in, say, the next 5 years professionally?
Okay,
And
next
then,
5 years.
sorry, Michael, let me just add this to this. What kind of job roles are you looking for, really?
Okay,
Maybe we should start off
I'm
from
looking.
there first.
Okay, I'm looking for management rules. I'm looking
Okay.
for I'm looking for management rules. Because in software development, you don't just need developers. You need managers that can manage the whole process of software
Hmm.
development. And being the fact that I have experience in as a full stack, which means I understand the process from the user interface to the business logic of the software. So it has given me that advantage, to be able to manage, to be able to see through. And another job role I'm also looking for a job role as a developer, either as a front end developer to support a team or to work in a team, because that actually makes the work go fast when you work with a team. So I'm looking for a job role in terms of a front end developer, or a full stack developer, or a manager, a project manager that can manage um, the process that involves software development.
I can see that, just listening to you, I'm very excited because I see that you're somebody who has a lot of aspirations, to really do well as a developer, and I can only wish you the best.
Thank you.
Let me just ask you this question, or shall I put it to you this way? If you were to talk to a recruiter and you're talking to a recruiter right now,
Mm.
why do you think they should hire Yomi Michael? So your camera
Um,
is
I
frozen, but why do you think they can hire Yomi Michael?
well, I think they can hire me, or they should, because I'm an asset that increases in value every day. When you have me in your when you have me in your field or in your team, you know that you have someone that can get the job done. As I said before, I'm someone who understand the process very well. I've worked with a
Mhm.
couple of projects, enterprise projects, private projects, individual, little projects, micro projects. So that has built my experience that will be needed to deliver in any field, when it comes to the software development. And I also, I have a couple of soft skills that I keep, uh, to make sure I'm able to work easily with any team. The team, when we talk of software skill, when we talk of soft skills, like the ability to listen, the ability to communicate, you know, things like that are very, very important in this field. The ability to pay attention to little details, you know, all those things are, little soft skills that I really try to inculcate into my career. Then with my experience as a full stack developer, I believe, as I said before, that I'm an important asset to any team. Thank you.
I've thoroughly enjoyed speaking with you today on the podcast, Yomi Michael. Let me just say this, quickly to our viewers and listeners across the world. If you are a job seeker and would like to be a guest on this podcast, you can just see my details scrolling right across underneath your screen. You can contact me directly so that we can schedule an interview for you. Thank you, Yomi Michael. Unfortunately, we have come to the end of the podcast. You have been such an amazing guest. It has been an enlightening experience
Thank you.
speaking with you.
Thank
I
you.
can only wish you all the best in your job search. Right now, we as an organization will promote your profile to recruiters across the world. I'd like to thank our viewers and listeners across the world for tuning in to this episode of the Pop Up Jobs podcast. You have been such an amazing, amazing, amazing audience. Thank you, everyone. Have fun. Take care. Have a beautiful day.
Thank you.
Unfortunately, we have come to the end of this episode of the Pop Up Jobs podcast. We would like to thank our guest for participating in this job seeker interview. We also thank viewers for tuning in and giving us an audience. Last but not least, we give thanks to our sponsors for their contributions. For information about the Pop Up Jobs podcast, visit our website at popupjobs.net.